Hi everyone, this is Autopostrophe. Let's check out GRID Autosport on Nintendo Switch. This game does have a piece of DLC which allows for high-resolution textures, but that's a separate download. So make sure to pick that up if you plan on playing this in docked mode. And it is free. It's not paid DLC. But if you only plan on playing...
Before you start out on your first season, you need to enter your competitor details.
Enter my forename. Oh, I don't give my foreskin a name. Enter my surname. Surname? Surname? Where are you? Age not specified. Ooh. How old can I be? What does it matter? I wonder how old I can... does it affect my driving skill? Does like being 50 plus level me up? Well, let's be middle-aged. Do I want to be American? I wonder if that changes the language. Yeah, I better keep that the way it is. Audio name, male names. Oh wow, nothing sounds like this. Is Bill's close? Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that.
Okay, Bill. XP is what you need to earn in order to progress through the disciplines on your way to the Grid Championships. The settings available have an impact on the rate at which you earn XP. You can change these settings at any time.
Let's see. For first-time racers, auto brake enabled. I don't want it to brake. Professional, expert, veteran, master, custom, boost pack. Adds 50% XP boost to career mode. Let's see, boost pack. This change will take effect when you next launch the game. Really? Okay, whatever. Okay, local multiplayer. Time trials, quick race. Options and extras. Let's see what's in here. Difficulty, controls. Oh, does it have motion controls? Motion controls off. Enable or disable all gyroscope controls. Auto acceleration. Ooh, auto acceleration. Oh man, I've been asking for this for years. Yeah. I'm gonna be pressing the pedal all the time. Why the hell do I need to do that? Just assume that I want to, you know, use the pedal. Let's see. What can we have? Motion control. Let's turn them on. What the heck? I'm not sure how sensitive it would be or if it only does it. Controller type. Oh, it's part of the GameCube controller? Really? Wow. Well, I'm on a Pro. Let's do that. Okay, configuration. Classic combo. Steer left and right. Camera, accelerate. I can steer with the x-axis. Okay, I'm down with that. What other options do I have? Audio. Yes, I do have large speakers. High dynamic range. Playing music. Let's do that just a little lower. Optimization graphics. Let's see. Performance. Graphics. Better performance. I mean, I'm really more about performance on a racing game. I guess we'll mess with this as time goes on, but let's do graphics for now. In-game gamma. Probably need more gamma. Games that are developed in the UK tend to have really dark displays for whatever reason. It's the HUD. Kilometers, miles per hour. I don't think it matters. Let's just do kilometers. We'll join the rest of the world for this game, at least. Driver details, language, statistics, legal. Ah, there's actually a lot of stuff in here. Alright, well. Oh, it's wireless only play? There's no online play? Huh, that's interesting. Well, let's hit the career mode. Season 25. Okay. What happened to seasons 1 through 24? Did I rip Van Winkle and sleep through them? Hockenheimring. Hockenheimring. A racing studio production. Oh. Well, what a clever name. You make a racing game and you're called Racing Studio.
Okay, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Comms check is good.
Sunday, race 1 of 2. 2 laps. What's going on?
Across the line.
Oh, okay. Wow, boy, that motion control is not set up the way I think it should be set up. Huh. Yeah, you should be able to calibrate that, or it should calibrate when the race starts, and not at some unknown time. I'm assuming I'm not supposed to hit them. Oh, that's right, you can do flashbacks. I forget about this. Yeah, this is why I like GRID so much. It does allow you to do like a slight replay, and you can't abuse it. It's not infinite. But you can, during a number of times in the game, just hit the X button to, like you said, so you did just a boneheaded bad turn. It'll allow you to do just a quick replay of that. Sort of like that. That's probably a boneheaded move on my part, I would guess. I'm not going to win any races doing that. That would be worth doing a... slow down more drastically. Yeah. He's waggling! penalty. Oh man. Sorry. Yeah, wow, I didn't realize I was hitting that thing so fast. Okay, slow down, buddy. Jesus, really? Oh, it's hard to tell how slow you need to be. I wish it was like a rally game where your co-pilot would kind of give you an idea of how fast to go. Or how fast not to go. Sharp-ass turns.
You've just seen a glimpse of what awaits you. And now, you're about to take the first steps in your motorsports career. Your goal? Take on each of the cross-discipline Grid Championships, culminating in the Grid Legends Series. Competitions that only the best can compete in, and only a champion can win. But first, you'll have to race for increasingly more demanding and prestigious teams through the proving grounds of ever tougher championships spanning 5 single disciplines across touring, open wheel, endurance, tuner, and street racing. Welcome to the ultimate motorsports challenge. Welcome to GRID Autosport.
Welcome, you suck. Yes, wait, what was that? Okay, start a new season. Yeah, I guess I want to start a new season.
You select one of 5 disciplines to compete in. Right now, the Grid Championships are locked, but making progress across the other disciplines will gain you entry to these prestigious championships. So, make your first choice.
Touring, endurance, open wheel, street series. No offers? Oh no. Touring, I guess?
Touring is high-contact pack racing, where the emphasis is on the ability to overtake with confidence. Competing in cars with closely matched specifications, teammates must work together to improve their standings over a championship.
Work together? Uh-oh, I'm gonna suck at this.
Race weekends are often split into multiple rounds at the same location, where grid order is reversed for the second round. These are your available championships. Committing to the longer season will mean more races, but will also earn you more XP for the chosen discipline.
3 events, 1 cup, 2 offers. Before we do this, let's check out the performance option. Let's do that one. Hopefully I don't have to restart to get that to activate.
Here are your first 2 team offers. Once you have chosen, you are with them for the season. The team target is what you need to achieve to fulfill your contract and bring in better offers season after season. Hit the team bonus for even more XP and more lucrative team offers.
Let's see, Oakley or Razor. Vehicle setup compatibility low. Vehicle setup compatibility none. Between none and low, huh? I don't know who has the better logo. I like sort of classic lines. Yeah, let's do that.
Before you accept an offer from a team, tab through the details for the season ahead to make an informed decision.
Okay. I don't know what any of this means. So, my informed decision will be not informed. Qualify, race, vehicle tuning, vehicle upgrades, vehicle tuning? Oh, I can't change anything. Upgrades unavailable, okay. Alright, well, sure, let's do it. Saturday. Qualifying.
An extra championship point for qualifying in first place.
Oh, whoa. Oh, what? I didn't want to do that, damn it.
No mechanical faults, just a few knocks.
Let's see, A is the e-brake. Probably don't want to get too heavy with the e-brake on a touring. Yeah. Alright, can I change the damn perspective? Camera is the minus button? Oh, yeah, okay. Of all the places to put the camera button, the minus button, sure.
You were slow through Sector 1 compared to the lap leader.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, much better, man. Well, you can definitely tell performance mode turns off the aliasing, so we get a lot more jaggies. Boy, the sound is really good. Switch games generally tend to have lower sampling rates on the sound, but this is really crisp. It's in full surround, so it's just nice to have that. Especially for a racing game, I mean, you want all that ambience from the sound of the engine, sound of the the car itself. It really helps with the racing experience. Oh yeah, this is much easier in this without the behind the car view. I can read the speed a little bit better, and I can compensate for the turning faster. do wish the Switch had analog triggers so that we could do analog gas and brake, especially for a racing game, but you know, there's so few games that actually utilize the analog controls. I understand why Nintendo went with that decision. It does make this specific genre a little bit more difficult. But you know, games are generally programmed for you know, people not really using, you know, gas and brake subtly. so a good programming team will make up for those deficiencies. And I said this game controls really, really well. I'm just, you know, not good at it, so I'm not the best example of what it would look like if somebody was really good at this game. But I really love racing games. I think they're a ton of fun. They generally tend to be too sim heavy for me, and so then I stop enjoying it after a while.
Just this lap left. Make it count.
But this feels really arcadey, while still maintaining some fast action or still maintaining some sim elements. You know, you still can do quite a bit of tweaking on your vehicle. Looks like there's upgrades available, and there's all different kinds of races that you can play. So there's a ton of variety. So yeah, this is cool stuff. I think I'll be playing quite a lot of this, actually. Hopefully people won't get too bored watching me crash into stuff all the time. Not knowing, you know, what all the terms mean. Hope the game manages to be successful, and we start seeing the dirt series on this system as well. I prefer rally racing as far as my video games racing games are concerned, or futuristic games, and thankfully the Switch does have those kind of in droves. The realistic games are less frequent on the system. Although I'd say racing games in general has sort of fallen out of the favor of the general audience. We're not seeing as many racing games being made, and the highlight on racing games, you know, publishers and developers doesn't seem to be that you know, that well noticed. You know, the big names are still Forza and Gran Turismo, along with the Codemasters games, so Dirt and Grid. But that's pretty much it, right? Mario Kart is like one of the #1 games on the system. I think it's in the top 5 or maybe even the top 3 on the system. So people do love racing. Just the style of racing, you know, the thing that actually really sells is not what it used to be. I don't know if it's just a disconnect with the audience or if the games themselves just are not fun. But this game has a ton of options. I mean, just having the auto accelerate option is a real boon for me. I mean, I already give this game high marks just for that, because you're constantly pressing on the pedal. So it makes more sense to me to have the game auto accelerate, and then I'll just hit the brake when I need it. And these car views, sometimes the cockpit view or the driver view is way too low, but this game is just right. I mean, the car is just elevated enough to give you a good feel of the road. You can pick the bumper cam, the low cam, which is like a flashy, you know, a flashy way to play a game, because then you get the sense of speed more, but that's sort of impractical because it's so low. And you can get the third person cam, you know, the behind the car cam, if you really need to see the car in order to get enjoyment out of the game. I mean, some people really need to see that car, because they feel like this kind of view, it just feels like you're just moving a camera around. I totally get that. I understand. But for a game of this caliber, where you're really racing, and it's a little higher on the sim level, then I feel that this camera is really the best option. I definitely like this performance mode quite a bit, even though it adds some jagginess. It definitely feels, the driving feels more solid.
On to lap 2. You've got an early
And these are really good Switch graphics. I mean, racing games tend to be they tend to be the lower polygon games, you know, because making polygons for cars and tracks generally doesn't demand as much on the system. You don't have to build as many polygons to get a good looking car, whereas you have to build a crap load of polygons for a good looking person. So, but it's still hard to get the balance of the environment right, and the number of cars on the screen and the AI kind of all balanced together, even though you're not putting as many polygons as your screen as let's say like a action game. But yeah, this is great. I mean, especially on the Switch, which doesn't receive a lot of these kind of games. I think it's very refreshing to be able to play something like this. The Switch does have a fair number of motorbike games. But man, those games look so sim heavy. It's so difficult that while I enjoy them, like playing like one season, as soon as you're outside of your novice or rookie season, then games become too hard for me. The game where you're racing cars, the difficulty tends to be a little bit more accessible, at least until you get later on into the career. Then it becomes too difficult for me too. Yeah, it's a really good sense of speed. I think that's the one of the downsides of being like a really sim-heavy game like a Gran Turismo is that you never really get a good sense of speed because it doesn't exaggerate the speed at which you travel. You know, the game's.
You did great. Same can't be said about your teammate.
Yeah. Sorry, teammate.
You're in position 16, and your teammate's on pole.
He's on the pole. Oh, is he stripping for a living? Well, I'm not going to shame him. I mean, that's a perfectly legitimate. That's a perfectly legitimate job, in my opinion. One might say I'm rather a fan of that profession. A connoisseur, he would say. Ooh, it's hard to get out of this pack. My goodness. Away with ye. You scoundrels. Whoa, whoa. Okay, I'm not supposed to hit anybody. Alright. It's not that kind of game. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Had some spicy food, I really need to get to the bathroom. I'm hoping to wrap this up real fast. Yeah, damn it. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
One lap down and you're in third. Razor Motorsport are leading this race.
Oh, they're a bunch of jerks. Unless that's me, then yeah, go team. You know what I really miss is Sega Rally. It's been a long time since the Sega Rally game has been made, but I wouldn't mind seeing that again, Sega, if you're listening. Or at least give me an arcade archives of Sega Rally. Or Sega Rally 2, I should say. I thought I wouldn't take Sega Rally 1 as well, but Sega Rally 2 was a superior game in pretty much every way. And then I forget. I think I played a lot of a Sega Rally game that was on PlayStation 3. I think I played quite a bit of it, and I enjoyed it, just not as much as Sega Rally 2.
You've set the fastest lap this race.
Ah, late braking, damn it. Yeah, but I like games when they racing games when they sort of exaggerate the speed. You know, a Gran Turismo, while the speed is technically very accurate, you know, going 100 in that visually doesn't look like you're going 120 or 100. You know, because you don't get the feeling of force. Really, you know when you're going fast when you feel the physical force against you. But in a video game, you know, you don't get to have that, so you really need it to visually look like you're going as fast as you imagine to be. And so that's why there's such a disconnect for me when I'm playing Gran Turismo. And Forza does a pretty good job of that, as far as... You know.
Your event rival will be replaying that over and over. Great win.
As far as giving you a sense of speed and the arcadiness.
Positive to hit the team target.
But unfortunately, that series feels like incredibly dull when you're playing. There's like no excitement when I'm playing that game. Yeah, I did a thing. Yay! Glad this is an EA game with you know, licensed music up the wazoo. I really hate it when you know, developers put so much into licensed music. You know, the developer's choice of music is never what I like, and I'd really rather see in-house musicians be more successful.
In the driver standings. You don't want to lose that position.
You know, rather than just pay some other artist who wasn't even thinking about your game. or the mood that it needs to, that it needs
There's an extra
to
championship
display.
point for qualifying in first place.
Quite frankly, in-house musicians are incredibly talented nowadays. It used to be somewhat of a frowned upon profession to work in the game industry and make game music, but I think that stigma is very slowly going away. And with generations of gamers out there being influenced by game music and liking game music, it's become less of a stigma to be a musician, to make games, or to a game musician. There's still that portion of the music industry that's real snobby about to artists, game artists. I don't feel that they're legitimate musicians, but I say screw those guys. Traditional music is kind of in the crapper anyway. And if the thing they're trying to sell me is traditional music, that I've grown more distant as of late. I don't like what they're selling me, at least major publishers, then yeah, I'd rather listen to the guys that you don't respect. The other guys I like. Guys and girls, of course. I'm actually happy that they didn't put too much music, or didn't put any music in the racing. I know some people prefer to have music when you're actually racing during the race, but I find it's a little bit too distracting. Just the car engine and good ambient noise is good enough for me. The sound of the wheels and the asphalt. Yeah, boy, I screwed that one up. I need to look at the map. I'm not paying attention to how sharp these turns are. Yeah, a little low draw distance there, but that's okay. It's not too distracting. I suppose if I set it to graphic mode, then maybe that would fill in all the way. But I'd rather have speed and consistent performance in my racing game. It's like the most important thing. It'd be like having a fighting game that didn't run at 60 hertz. I mean, it would just basically be useless. Need every single frame.
Hold the lead, nearly there.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
Lap one, and you've set the fastest time.
And yes, it's not a pure arcade game, so you do have to hit the brake. You can't just e-brake your way around every corner. Ah, I'm getting a little close for comfort here. Mm-hmm. Race 1 of 2.
You're on pole, and your teammate is 16th on the grid.
Now I'm on the pole? Oh, man.
You're running away with this one.
Give me
You're
some
top of the
singles.
standings.
Stuffed up my G-string, which I am definitely wearing when I'm racing. Wow, it's aerodynamic. Ooh, my car is shiny.
Great first lap. You're leading the race.
Game's like, you suck. You sure you want to do that over again? It's not that bad. I can still recover. I do like the fact that there's no rubber banding too. I mean, if you're driving well, then it will let you lead. It's not just letting the CPU play catch up. And I don't mind catch up. I just want to keep it on my fries. And the hamburger, yeah. Extra mustard, though.
Set the fastest lap this race.
I told you, it's the G-string. Your guys were laughing at me. It makes a difference, I swear. Yeah, and the good thing is you can turn off the you can turn off a number of the assists, either all of the assists or a mishmash of assists that you want on and off. So you can make this game as you make the game handle as realistically as you want it to. And it's just nice to have the option to make it more arcadey. But yeah, I can certainly turn off all the the anti-slip and some of the speed checks and things like that. But I like having them on to make it feel a little bit more like an arcade game. It does limit you to some of like the more fancier maneuvers, but eh.
Nice work. You beat your event rival and won the round. Keep it up. We're currently third in this championship.
Season 1, event 2 of 3. Alright. See if we can finish this event. The rumble's put to good use, if you're curious. It does feel distinct. It's not just, off and on. Like unfortunately many developers do, is they pay very little attention to the force feedback. But here it does really feel like it kicks in at the right times, and it kicks into the right degree of rumbleness. The HD rumble does add quite a bit. I played a lot of games on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and
Your teammate has crashed. They dropped
the Xbox is a little bit different story because it has rumble in the triggers. But the PlayStation 4, I'm really disappointed in the developers and their use of rumble. Seems like they don't put much stock in it. And kind of the same way for the Xbox developers too. The first-party games are generally pretty good about it. But I don't think that the rumble in that controller in particular, it seems like it's not placed in the right place, and so I tend to feel it more in my right hand than my left hand, as opposed to feeling it in the left or the right, or in the center, which is what is supposed to happen. I don't know if it's just like a problem with development kits or what, but it's a problem I don't really experience with the Switch at all. At least using a Pro Controller. I don't know about using just the Joy-Cons. I think I've rarely even used the Joy-Cons ever since I bought the system. I mean, when I bought the system, I bought it with a Pro Controller, and I really haven't looked back since.
On to lap 2. You've got an early lead.
But obviously I play primarily at home, so wouldn't really be the same if I was playing portable mode. They can sort of put up with the Joy-Cons. Even though, in general, the rumble on the Joy-Cons is much more elegant than it is on the Pro Controller.
set the fastest lap this race.
Oh, you really gotta slow down on that one. I don't think I need to replay. Still a pretty comfortable lead. But it's nice to have that option. It is an option which I wish existed in all racing games. We're starting to see it more and more in other developers too, but as near as I can tell, GRID was like really the first one to really feature the replay feature. Really, it's genius because you can have an entire game, and then you just messed up on like one corner and one time, out of your 12 laps, and I tell you, it's a real bummer to have to restart a race like that. And you're like so distracted by that failure that you don't tend to race well the next time you try. But here you can just eliminate that,
Your event rival will be replaying that over and over. Great win. You're ahead of your teammate in the driver standings.
Woohoo! I didn't get that. Wait, no, I did get mine. Okay. All right, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching GRID Autosport on Nintendo Switch. I really like this game. I think this is incredibly well done. It looks good and sounds good. You've got a ton of options. You can customize how you want to play your game and how you want your car to feel. It's got a lengthy career with all sorts of different kinds of races, not just the same kind of race and all sorts of vehicles. You have the option to download the high definition pack to make the game look a little bit better.
There's a bus surrounding this guy. Finish ahead of him.
And then you also have the option of selecting some graphic options to take graphics over performance, which is nice to have. And yeah, I think this is, if you like racing games and you want them a little bit more on the sim side, this will certainly be something that you would enjoy. Obviously, it's not a Mario Kart, it's not a fast RMX. It's something a little bit more serious than that. And again, you can customize how it handles to handle as realistically as you want. I think that's good. I think it's a good deal. And yeah, I highly suggest that folks pick it up. It's a great game. I'll be playing it quite a lot myself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.